Live.
Hello, everybody. Sorry about the long lead-in time, but welcome back to Changing the Lost Smoky Mountain Wilds. I am William Borshani, and I am your storyteller for this Changeling the Lost Second Edition Chronicle. And joining me today, we have Julia.
Hi, I'm Julia, and I'm playing Cassandra Scott, formerly known as Calliope Daniel Scope. She is an elemental polychromatic.
And Austin.
Hey, I'm playing Frank, who is a Lethopomp Beastkin, and Lisa, who is significantly more likely to go from 0 to Nailbat.
That was real robot. I don't know what just happened there.
Robot and loud.
I don't know, but Jeremy saw everything.
Holy shit.
My eyes were shut for part of that, and I just opened my eyes and I see Jeremy with like the most shocked expression on his face.
Woo! All right.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I am Jeremy. You can blame coconuts for us being late. I am playing Marlena Dubois. I almost said Marlena Dietrich again. Marlena Dubois, aka Jackson Montgomery, who is a Ferris Shadowland.
And Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm playing Joe Arbor, who is an elemental notary.
And Drevian.
I'm Drevian. I am playing Frisian, the Darkling Hunterheart.
And when last we left off, or sorry, as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, eat the rich. There are too many people dying lately.
Dude. Fucking for real. Dude. 48-hour period. I wrote 4 wrestling obituaries.
Who's the other 2?
The other 2 are people Abe Joseph, who was at the time of his passing the oldest living professional wrestler. And Rich something or other, who was an announcer for Mid-Atlantic / Crockett Promotions, as well as WWF in like the 1980s. But yes, them, Terry Funk, Bray Wyatt. And that was off Saturday, so I didn't have to do Bob fucking Barker and Arlene Harley Quinn. Sorkin?
Yeah.
Sorkin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Arlene Sorkin?
Yeah.
Yes.
She passed away.
Was that the animated voice actress for Harley Quinn?
The
Yep.
first
Yes.
animated voice actor.
So we've lost both the animated Batman and the animated Harley Quinn.
Correct.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Holy
Actually-
fuck.
I actually saw a very sweet cartoon with their characters today.
Somebody keep a watch on Mark Hamill.
For sure. Yeah, no, Sorkin was the unfortunate. It happens like at least once or twice a year where somebody really, 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 really famous dies, a Barker, and then somebody else also famous but not as famous dies and completely gets overshadowed.
I feel bad because I know Harley Quinn's voice more than I know Barker.
Can I say something? I can't believe I'm admitting this. I thought Bob Barker was already dead.
A lot of people did. So
Hold on. I'm not overshadowing what Shoddy said. We're not just gonna skip that.
I literally never watched The Price is Right in my life.
I mean, I can see that. The
I'm not
very
sure if I've
dark
seen it
humor joke that was propagated all over the place online that I wasn't happy about, but I laughed every time I saw it, was he got as close as he could to 100 without going over. Because he died like 3 months away from turning 100. Yes, I know. I'm going to hell. You're all going too because you all laugh.
Don't worry, Jeremy. I was in the passenger seat with you on Saturday, so
That's the
don't
thing.
worry about it.
I am driving the bus.
Somebody reserve a table.
So last week on Changeling,
So yeah, last time the group had some emotional problems for an entire episode, and are still ongoing.
Because
A
it's
lot
not
of-
just the entire game.
It pretty much was.
Frank would like to deny any emotional problems.
Unfortunately, Lisa was the one who was around.
Fair. Lisa
people
would like to
probably
ignore any
also
emotional
deny
problems.
them.
As far as I'm aware, Frisian was unconscious, so
Oh yeah, Frisian was mostly
Was.
unconscious. But the rest of the group were in various states of fucked up, and two of them were talking to their significant others about it. And with the group of them taking a minute to talk to people and then talk to each other about the issues that had just gone on, eventually the group split, this time only in two very notable splits, with Cassandra and Tyr heading to their place so that Cassandra could meet her kids. And then the rest of the group going back to Jackson's place so that they could rest for the night. Rest being a unique difficulty, but with the not really conscious Frisian being placed, I'm assuming, on the couch that he had been on previously, and with I believe the statement was that Lisa would have been put up in a particular closet somewhere.
Is there do you have a closet with one of those upper areas? Like, like
I
a
mean, I
linen
would
closet
think
at the
so.
top? Yeah. Cool. That's an excellent place for a cat. So Lisa would have taken off all of her clothes and curled up there. Which, to clarify, she is Lisa and Frank are totally safe for work fursuits. So they're completely androgynous. And I imagine that the mask would just be somebody wearing Under Armour.
Yeah,
So,
probably.
Fair enough.
Makes sense.
but you do know.
Okay.
Like the black bar on television. We all know what you're hiding.
Well, actually, I think the black bar makes it worse. Like, have you seen, like, if you look at
does.
furry art, the naked furries are way less sexual than the furries who are wearing clothes in specific ways. Because when they're just naked, it's like, yeah, that's just fur.
shit.
And when it's like
whatever.
that anthropomorphic animal has a bikini on, that means that there's something there that needs to be covered up. And it immediately, like, not always, but in a lot of the context in which people are drawing furries and bikinis, sexualizes them more.
To the two viewers that are what?
Are we still in the recap? Did we just like totally like?
Well, yeah, we
Sort of careened off rails, yeah.
Totally Shanghai Shawnee's.
I
I
mean,
mean,
we
it is-
did. The recap was pretty much finished, though, right?
It was
We
mostly
had part of
finished at that point.
Okay.
It is
You went right at the end.
absolutely true that the right outfit can be absolutely more sexual than nothing at all.
Absolutely.
So, with that, we pick up with. I'm gonna spin the wheel here. Frisian, you've been out for a while. After having experienced a, shall we say, intense flashback, after witnessing James's fire breath, the Prince of Dragons, and witnessing the bugbears fleeing on fire. You had some unpleasant memories return, memories that weren't even from your durance, memories that were in fact from before your durance. And that wasn't fun. And shortly after your panic, unconsciousness thankfully greeted you with the amount of blood that you had lost and the amount of panic that had been ensuing. But you've been patched up mostly. A lot of the damage has been dealt with. You still have some damage, if I recall correctly.
I have 2 lethal and 3 bashing damage.
The bashing will have gone away by now. You will still have
Yeah.
a 2 lethal. But yeah, you wake up. You are still in a lot of pain, but you're wrapped in bandages where there were wounds. And you are in a different location than you were last conscious of. You are, in fact, in Jackson's warehouse home, laying on a couch.
So Frisian probably like still slightly reeling from the memories, like tries to sit up quickly.
I took those. You don't get those back for 24 hours.
It's
That doesn't stop the adrenaline that is in his system.
specifically,
Yeah, actually,
it does the reverse. You still have the
Yeah.
thoughts. It's just the emotions associated with them are sort of deadened.
But Frisian, and it's also from unconsciousness, not from just being asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
you
Frisian
wake
kind
up
of
in a weird
starts,
spot. Yeah.
like kind of starts awake, winces in pain, lays back down, starts to panic when he realizes that wait, this is a different place. Before a moment later, realizing, wait a minute, no, this is Jackson's. This is familiar. And slowly tries to get off the couch.
It hurts, but you are able to get up. You're used to this kind of pain, though. You served. The act of walking while injured is not something that you are unfamiliar with.
It's a familiar stiffness to wake up to. And kind of looks outside and sees the time of day.
Now, you do still have the lethargic condition for at this point another 16 hours.
At what point of time is this?
This is probably in the you met up at the place in the morning, and then it's about mid-afternoon now. It's probably been about or 16.
Because I believe we came back to go to sleep, right? So it's probably
Yeah, it's been about 8 hours since you guys left the park.
okay.
So it's getting to be relatively
It's
late in the
late.
evening.
Late. Okay.
Because you met up at the park in the afternoon.
Right. Okay.
And then kind of quietly looks around the house to see if there are other people still here.
Jackson is 100% sitting on the chair next. Next, just in the process of doing some probably some hand sewing. Morning, sweetie. You awake? I mean, you awake. Not obviously you are sitting up, but there's awake, and then there is I am responsible for my actions awake.
I think it's the latter one.
All right. How you doing?
Hurting like a motherfucker.
I mean, you did get shot, so
Yeah, so
outside
it's
of
not a
that,
surprise.
yeah. Outside of that, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
Slow. Like just really tired and kind of still groggy.
probably. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know all of the things that we can do. Hold on just a second. Lisa!
Thunk, thunk, doorknob jiggle, clunk as Lisa falls out of the closet. Yes!
I still don't know why you want to be put in there, but fine.
It's comfortable.
Sure. When is Frisian gonna start feeling normal again?
What do you mean?
You did something.
Oh, did Frank do the thing?
Sorry, Frank. It's hard for me to keep track.
I have been told we look very similar. It's understandable, especially when a lot of things are going on.
What?
About a day.
A day from now or a day from when it happened?
When it happened. I'm assuming it was after he got, like, shot or stabbed
Yeah.
or whatever happened. There's a lot
Yeah,
going on.
That is. Yes, that's when it happened. So about a day from then.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's not so bad. Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome. Just go around. Oh, I'm awake now. Do you have coffee
Oh no.
or energy drinks?
And you
No.
still have the frightened condition for the next 4 hours, Lisa.
Yeah.
Specifically of fire.
I can get you something with a low to moderate amount of caffeine if you promise not to destroy, spindle, mutilate, fold, catch on fire. We are in my home, and I have I have
Yes.
things here that are very important to me.
I have no intention of touching anything, except I do need to take a shower. Do you have a really good hair dryer?
I mean, yes,
I don't want to walk around and get your floors all wet.
right. I understand. You are weirdly quite well positioned in this matter. I have 4 head dryers.
Oh, good. May I
You can
borrow
use
one?
one of them.
Which one?
I will get you one.
That sounds fair. I'm gonna go take a shower.
All right. Now, if whether you after you come out, if you do, I know I might be in the middle of, I don't know, talking with Frisian on the phone, doing some rhinestoning, something. I don't know. When you come out, just do me a favor and don't. I have a lot of boxes, a lot of suitcases around here. as you
Don't
may have
touch
noticed.
anything in a box.
Please
Don't even enter
please
the
don't
sewing
poke
room.
around. Correct. Thank you.
Oh, in that case, one other thing. Do you happen to have a recording mic?
Why?
Because if I'm going to have any source of income in this world, I will need to update my YouTube channel and my TikTok.
These are 2 words that
I look
mean
over at
nothing
Joe.
to
What in
Jackson.
the fuck is what in the fuck is she talking about?
Oh, am I in the room?
Probably
know.
yes, because you went there with them.
You could be elsewhere.
All right, yeah. When we left off last session, James had been getting pizza, had been cooking a pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
you
right.
guys are
James
probably-
is here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you guys are
fine,
probably
okay.
still. You guys are
Gotcha.
probably have finished eating that and have been relaxing for a bit.
Okay, that's
I
cool.
look over to you guys. What the fuck are those?
Internet.
All right. The internet.
One is a place for posting videos of various types. Honestly, at the moment, it's a lot of reaction videos and people complaining about things very loudly
And singing cats.
and singing cats. About 35% of the internet by volume is cats.
I have no issue with that.
I am happy to be 35% of the internet.
And then the other one is very short videos of people doing random mimetic activity and making idiots of themselves and doing whatever is trending at the moment.
Uh-huh.
I'll need to make some videos so I can get money, so I can get some sewing equipment, so I can make some fursuits, so I can have an income, so I can not be in your house.
Well, I do not have a recording mic. Well, I might. I will look around. I don't know what got upgraded in that sort of situation. Since
I would feel
was
like
here.
you would have some sort of equipment, in your profession, right?
Sweet, I do not sing live.
Well, yeah, but if you're into drag, you got to do some sort of social media presence. You can't just not show that gorgeous face.
Honey,
Mm.
when I was last here,
Mhm.
social media didn't exist. Do you know what social media was when I was around? Going around and
What?
stapling posters on telephone poles.
I was gonna say wanted posters, but okay.
How could social
Hush
media
up,
not
you.
exist? How did society exist without social media?
Oh,
How did
fuck
people get
me.
together?
Okay, Lisa.
You deal with it. I am not handling this situation.
You know what?
Nope.
I'm
I
gonna
am-
go take that shower, and she's gonna walk
Yes.
into the bathroom, turn the water on, and not close the door.
Joe's gonna come right behind and close the fucking door. And Joe is just gonna do this like
Continued gesturing.
it's okay. I got this. If it comes back up again, I'm not gonna bring it up. But if it continues.
So
I understand that I'm at least of the part of the generation that understands that things were always like this.
is
I also remember she doesn't know what Tennessee is. So
I had forgotten that fact, yes. I only have one question at this current time.
yes.
Assuming,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is a fair assumption because it is going to happen. We do take out my evil doppelganger
Right.
and repair the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
and I go back to my career.
Mm-hmm.
What is social media, and what am I going? Why am I going to have to be on?
When were you around? What was your last year?
97, 99. Like, no, there was no fucking social media.
Point of trivia that James is aware of, which is amusing. I mean, you might not have heard of it at the time, but the first social media site actually went up in 1997. It was called 6degrees.com.
Sorry, 1998. But
Forgive him. He's a tech nerd.
I am with that.
that
But
is incredibly useful information to
Basic-
nobody
ba-
right now.
Absolutely, it's not relevant. But at the moment, basically, social media is internet communication used for people to, as it sounds, be social on the internet. A lot of like in particular relevance to the drag scene, a lot of drag queens and kings will announce their shows or do promos over social media, particularly Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, things like that. It's basically a way to show off and make your presence known on the internet.
Is that all going to be in this?
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Listen,
Fuck me.
when that, I keep saying this knowing it's never going to happen. When all this shit settles down, we will help you figure that out.
Oh, it will settle down. If I have to kill every person on this planet, it will settle down.
Well, in that case, I can't help you because I'll be dead.
Present company and Cassandra accepted, of course.
I note that you did not accept Cassandra's spouse in that matter.
Well, my thought process was if I do end up having to murder literally everyone on the planet, the hunters might take issue with that. So I might have to do a preemptive strike.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm just saying. But no, it will settle down. Well, I got nothing to do for, well, until things start opening up again, I suppose. I don't know what our plans are for tomorrow, but
I mean, there was. It's so we're all still in the same room, correct?
Except for one of you's in a shower, but yeah.
except for Lisa.
Yeah, that I'm not worried about her. And Joe will look over. She'll grab James's hand for support, and she'll look over to Frizzy and she said, "I just want to apologize. You were gravely injured, and I was dealing with a personal matter, and I did not attend to a member of my motley family, and I apologize for that oversight. Is there anything I can do to help?"
I have no idea what's going on. I'm lost.
Okay, well, you were in the hobgoblin fight. You were injured and knocked unconscious.
Well, not knocked unconscious, just heavily injured. The
Heavily.
unconsciousness came later.
So, like,
What is the last thing that you remember?
Getting in the vehicle.
Interesting. I mean, it wasn't long after that, so it's not. So short of it is you got shot. You started freaking
Shanked,
out a
but
bit,
still.
understandably. Huh?
Shanked, but still.
Okay. Look, there was a lot of stuff happening.
The only person with a gun was actually Joe. Because you had handed Joe your pistol.
That's why I'm confused. There were gunshots. That's all that matters.
Yeah, there were gunshots, but it was coming from Joe.
You got stabbed. You understandably started freaking out. Lisa did something to take the emotions of those memories away, which was inappropriate of her to do, or Frank did. Sorry, Frank did. It was inappropriate of him to do without checking first. And then you went unconscious. That's more or less what happened. And then there was yelling after you went unconscious and and strife and tension and people being mad at people and more yelling and then calmer talking and now we're here.
All right.
On my behalf, because James and I were in the back seat with you, and James, or Prince of Dragons, is my husband that was also taken that I didn't know. And I was so overwhelmed by shock that I was overwhelmed by shock when I should have been helping an injured party member. And that is my fault. And I apologize.
I mean, it's easy to overlook when things happen with so much stuff going on, so I don't blame you.
I appreciate that, but I'm still apologizing. Anything you need?
I don't think so. It seems like I got patched up pretty well. Like, it seems like I just have to recover and wait for whatever Frank did to wear off. He said it takes a day. How long ago was that now?
About
Couldn't
8
hear you, Jeremy.
hours.
Yeah, it's been about 8 hours.
Yeah, okay.
So you got 2/3 of a day left before that should wear off, basically.
Okay. And it just like I just feel like particularly tired, so it's not like it's a huge issue.
I don't know too much about changeling abilities and the taxonomy of what all of us can do, but I imagine it probably would be very tiring to have traumatic memories sort of forcibly quieted by whatever that was.
Tiring even before our fuckery gets involved. So
You're not
you
wrong.
want to, do you want to talk about? Do you remember any of what you experienced? Has it opened up any of those memories?
I remember a smell offhand, but I'm not sure how to describe it.
That's fair.
Did it smell like burning or
A little bit.
ammunition or
It smelled like burning, but nothing that I like. I can't place it.
there might be a good reason for that? So it's like nothing you've ever encountered before that you can recall.
Not that I can recall, at least.
Because I mean, he's a dragon, so like there is burning and smoke and stuff.
Yeah, I apologize if anything that if I was the cause of any of that trauma.
Like, I don't think you caused the trauma. It just something about something burning just brings
Well, the
something
things that were
older to mind.
burning were hobgoblins, so oh, you served a war, didn't you?
Uh-huh. I wasn't gonna say it, but uh-huh.
Yeah, I served in the Pacific. I remember at least that detail.
Oh
What's
fuck you!
Frisian, what's the last date you remember?
Out of character, I don't know a specific date. It would have been post-war.
So 1947, we'll say.
Yeah,
Okay.
it would have been like some random day in 1947. He would have been on like he'd remember he was leaving from California. Like he had got discharged and he was heading back home in the Caribbeans. So he was like on a bus across country.
Uh, hold on just one moment for me. Can you do what you do and just stand there for a second, Andy? Holds up a phone, snaps a picture. I am going to go to my computer and I'm going to see if I can find anything out. Joe, could you come with me? I don't know how to use this fucking.
Yes, I'll be more than happy to.
Thank you.
I was about to be very impressed, but
I mean, I know how to use it, but I don't know how to use it now.
got you. I got you.
I would be going to fucking web crawler, which I imagine is no longer a thing.
No, I don't think so.
Nope, there goes.
Oh,
Did
shit.
their power go out?
Maybe.
This might be a good time to go to break.
This is a good time to go to break. Be back.
It's storming really bad over here.
We're back. All of us.
Yay.
Hey,
Welcome back. Sorry about that. Tropical storms. Everybody watch out for inclement weather, especially if you live in the southern states. But where did we
were
leave
we?
off?
I was.
That's right.
Why am I forgetting names? Joe was helping. Marlene
Said we're going to
do
the
the
computer.
reverse image Google search thing.
Yes,
Okay.
we are going to the computer. I need you to help me. We have this.
Mm-hmm.
We need to use this. Points at the computer to search this.
Okay, so Joe's just gonna take the phone and send the picture to her email account, upload it to the computer, and do the magic Google thing of find this. Can we find this person?
What's the picture?
It's a picture
It's a
of
picture of it was literally snap.
a portrait of taken of Frisian now, and we're looking for any pictures resembling that from way back when.
Because the picture just captures his mask.
Yeah.
So it should, in theory, be how he looked. I don't know, maybe not, but it should, in theory, be how he looked then.
The problem is not every soldier's picture is very easily findable on the internet. So
This is absolutely true. However, there is an inordinate amount of photos specifically surrounding World War II.
oh, absolutely. There are, because it was the early age of photos. Everyone was taking a photo of everything they could. It's just a matter of whether or not his face got clearly caught in one of them. So we're gonna have you roll me. Somebody roll me intelligence and computers.
And I start Navy.
Hold up.
Start with Pearl Harbor and move from there.
All right.
Burning Skin, we're going to start with the big ones that we know, and then we're going to move outward.
We can do that. It was what in computers?
Intelligence and computers.
It's one of my rare characters not to have dots in computers. One of my rare modern characters. Not many of my D&D characters have dots in computers.
And this is a sheet roll?
Yes.
Okay.
Sheet roll normal.
Hey! That's real good.
Joe knows how to search for people.
With 3 successes, you find a not very detailed record of the individual. The image that it finds is a black and white photo of someone who looks very much like Frisian's mask does. And the information is not super detailed. It is very much a, this is what records we have maintained of U.S. armed forces from World War II over time. What has been cataloged into computers. If you wanted to find real information, you would probably need to go to a military records place. And all that you really get is this soldier's name was Florian de Vries. and they served in the U.S. Armed Forces during the Second World War, specifically in the Pacific Theater.
Doesn't list what branch.
I believe Army, if I'm correct, Revan.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. U.S. Army.
Does it like have a date on the photo or anything?
Yeah. Does it have date? Does it have what company they were with?
Well, if we've got a name, we can
It is a good. Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely. We can find that stuff eventually.
find a company.
So it doesn't have a company or anything, but what it does have is the annotation under the photo is taken shortly before the Battle of Peleliu, in which Florian was part.
Okay.
Okay.
There's our start.
Joe's taking notes.
Which anyone who wants to can roll me intelligence and academics to see if anyone remembers the Battle of Peleliu.
Yep.
I was there and I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Intelligence and academics.
Yeah.
No.
So with one success, go on.
I say, but Joe can do a Google search.
Yeah, you can do a Google search. With one success, Jackson, the Battle of Peleliu is the famous
Right.
Pacific battle
Yep.
of World War II. It's the one where you get all of the images of flamethrowers being used and the 1,000-yard stare and soldiers looking very traumatized.
To be clear, one of the famous, because I feel like if you say the famous battle in the Pacific of World War II, there's one that comes to mind. I
mean,
wouldn't
yes.
necessarily call it a battle, but yes.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I know Peleliu.
More of a battle, less of a battle, more of a bomb.
Yeah. More of a sneak attack, really.
Okay, the bombings I wouldn't really call a battle.
Like the one that comes to my mind.
Well, there was like Iwo Jima.
There's Iwo Jima as well, but yeah.
Midway.
Peleliu is the one that is like famous and gets movies made out of it because of how traumatic it was.
The commercial, like
it was the brutality of war.
The newsreel stuff. Yeah.
Well, fuck
yeah,
me.
Peleliu and Okinawa were the ones that got all the news attention for how traumatic and brutal those fights were.
Excuse me for just a moment. Now walk back into the front room. Presume we have good news if you want to hear. We have found information. Depends on if you want to know it, you can. If you don't want to know it, that is perfectly fine.
Being World War II, I think actively knowing is not going to do any more harm than having been there.
All right. So your name.
And if you Google the Battle of Peleliu, you will eventually figure out that the army regiment that was involved was the 81st Infantry Division, also known as the Wildcats.
Yeah, Joe's gonna be Googling while
Jackson's
in there.
And additional support units alongside that.
Right, of course. So your name was Florian DeVries. Does that ring a bell on anything?
Yeah. That definitely sounds right.
You were part of the army division at the Battle of Peleliu. We don't know much more than that, but that is a start, and we can go from there and we can find out more. I'm sure there are records we can have we can obtain from the army. It will shock you to know that I am not familiar with army procedures.
I don't blame you. I wasn't familiar with them before joining either.
But I'm sure there is a way that we can find out more. But what we have is the stuff.
Yeah, the problem with researching the Battle of Peleliu is that aside from the fact that the Wildcats were part of the fight, the First Marine Division was also part of that fight, which means that almost all of the pictures of the Battle of Peleliu are of the Marines.
I mean, fair.
To be fair, Frisian might actually be better off as a Marine because they're the ones that use the flamethrower backpacks.
That's fair. Yeah, you might have been a Marine, in fact, if we want to replace that with from Army to Marine.
I mean, I'm Marine. So this is good news. In that we have more information, we can get toward finding out who you are. And then once you have that information, you can do with it as you will, or you cannot. But at least you will know. How are you feeling?
A little overwhelmed, still really tired.
It's understandable. You won't get some rest?
Yeah, I think that'd be for the better option.
All right. Well, I am certainly not going to be sleeping tonight. Not for long at the very least. So why don't you take my room?
All right.
Be more comfortable than the couch. Get some rest. We can reunite with Sandra. Go from there.
All right.
Joe's gonna come on back to the room so Frisian can have um the
Oh, this
bedroom.
is an entirely different. The computer is definitely not in the bedroom.
Oh, it's
It
not
would be
okay.
like in the workroom.
Workroom. Okay. I'm still coming into the room.
Frisian will thank them for finding a starting point and then go pass back out.
Fair enough. Next one will be all right. So you two get some rest. If you need anything, I don't think I will be sleeping much tonight. I will be, and I point towards the workroom. I will be in there.
Not getting any are you there anything we can do for you? I mean, like
I tend not to sleep much after I've been in a major gunfight, so you know.
entirely fair.
No, I have a lot of things floating around in this head right now, so I am not going to worry. I will get an hour or two. That was normal for me in the best of times anyway.
Understood. I just don't want to leave you high and dry.
Oh no, you are
And-
fine, sweetie.
Being part of the first Marine Division tracks for 1947 being your last memory in the States, because they were largely being demobilized by 1946, and the last elements of the division finally left China, which was their last staging point, on September 1st, 1947. So even if you were in the very last of the Marines to leave, you would have been back in the States by the end of 1947.
Glad that works out so well.
We meeting back up with Cassandra tomorrow?
That is the plan. I hope that's the plan. If not, we'll figure it out from there.
I can't think straight. I gotta get some sleep.
Go. Get sleep. You two get a workout. I don't care. I'm going to be in there. I'm going to have my headphones on. So whatever happens on this hide-a-bed, I will not be aware of. Just make sure you clean up any wet spots. I'm gonna go now.
Joe's just gonna shake her head and just be like, I can't even answer that.
You don't have to. Your expression is more than answer enough. She does a spin on one heel, walks to the door, and shuts it behind them.
James just sort of looks as she disappears through the door and just like, I don't know.
I love and Marlena particularly loves the fact that they just made this incredibly awkward. Is relishing in it.
Absolutely.
You know, I think he might want to hold out for the hollow because I really don't trust this hide-a-bed.
No, especially not. I'm much heavier than I used to be on account of all the scales.
Duly noted. Yeah, let's actually go to sleep.
Yeah, let's get some good rest. I think anything else can wait for a bit of time and place.
You don't snore, do you?
Not anymore.
Because if you singe my hair off.
Yeah, that's part of why I don't snore anymore. So the two of you get a night's rest. Meanwhile, Cassandra, how has your evening been?
Well, if I'm remembering correctly, she is drunk off joy right now.
Yep.
So it probably would have been a fairly easy night. Probably would have read a story to the kids to put them to bed, and probably after a certain point would just look at Bologna and be like, it's been a day and I need to sleep.
Yeah, I can get that. Here. Do you need any last drink, food before bed?
Oh, are you not coming with me?
It will probably be up there in just a minute if you need me.
Okay.
But do you need anything else?
I don't think so. This has been it's been a lot today. I'm not saying any of it was bad. Well, a lot of it was bad, but it ended fairly
Some of it was
nicely.
objectively bad.
I promise one of these days we'll have a boring dinner and a movie date. But as for right now,
I don't think any date involving us could ever be boring, even if it was just dinner and a movie.
they they are a lot smarter than you let on.
I don't think I ever gave any inclination as to their intelligence.
And I can definitely see where Pensathelia has her sneaky side.
Oh, she's a cunning one.
Well, all I know is we're about to have our hands full in about 5-6 years. As soon as I hit teenager, I was the devil, if I'm being honest.
Well, here's hoping Penthesilea at least takes a little bit after me.
Well, she does have a siblings, and that really helped me before. And she just freezes.
Memories still coming and going.
Yeah, especially the one where I just remembered I have siblings. I'm gonna need you to fill me in on a lot of my family.
I mean, there's only so much I can tell you because you haven't talked to most of them in a while.
You know, being gone 4 years will do that to you.
No, I mean like even before that.
Oh,
Like you and your siblings, you had a pretty good bond, but only so much actual conversation happens when you don't live immediately adjacent to each other, you know? And then the parents were there for the grandkids, but I mean, you were always kind of estranged. I don't think they approved of me.
of course they didn't. I'll tell you the same thing I told you when you told me about you being genderqueer. I don't give a fuck what anybody else says. I love you, and that's what matters. So, if even if we do tell them I'm back, which I feel like for their mental health we might as well at some point, but definitely not tonight. If they don't want anything to do with you or me, then I think we're better off. My kids don't need that kind of negativity in their life.
I'm pretty certain they blame me for your disappearance. They've hardly spoken to me aside from to check on the kids.
Oh, I get that you were with me when I got taken, but like at the same time, that situation could have happened to literally anybody. Mundane, even it could have happened. Like,
And if it was the mundane kind of situation, you wouldn't be standing here today. Which I mean, if there's anything that can be considered a saving grace out of that.
I'm not dead, so yeah, that is a saving grace, I suppose. But I will not lie and tell you that I didn't wish I was a lot of the time when I was gone. But
I can believe it. I've obviously never experienced anything like what you have, but I have had thoughts like that before.
and I didn't know it at the time, but you and the kids were what kept me going.
Fine.
And
You and the kids are what kept me going for those
mhm,
4 years.
yeah. And I didn't know that it was he. All I knew is that there was somebody waiting for me, and there was I knew I was missing something. So I did it again. I'm gonna go up and lay down. Do you need anything from me? If I
No, no, you go ahead and lay down.
should just step in front of him, like close the gap between the two of them. Look up. You know, your eyes have always. Even when you're holding back so much like you are right now, because I know how you work up there. I don't remember a lot of things, but I remember you now that I've met you again. And I can see all the hurt and the worry behind them. I'm not going anywhere, sweetie.
I know. It doesn't stop the worry. It does help the hurt, but it's still there.
Mel, you teach me how to take care of myself, then I won't have to worry about it, will I?
Hmm. I think that can be arranged.
She will throw her arms around his shoulders, around his neck, just lean up and kiss.
Lean down and share that kiss.
And then we'll let go and just smile. I'll see you in bed in a minute.
Yeah.
And then we'll head up there. Does she have her phone on her,
Probably
Bologna?
at this point.
Okay. Okay. Trying to be sneaky, but that's not going to work.
In fact, as you start heading upstairs, you realize that part of the thing that was going to keep her there for a minute was that she needed to make a phone call of some kind. And
Yeah.
she pulls her phone out and starts calling someone.
Business. She will change into a simple nightgown and she will legitimately start getting ready for bed.
And it's only like 10 minutes before Bologna also heads upstairs and starts to get ready. Bologna's preference for sleepwear seems to be significantly more casual in that it's an oversized shirt that probably at one point belonged to you. And not much else. They absolutely have the like incredibly massive shirt that reaches down to about mid thigh aesthetic going on right now.
Love it. At what time do the kids get up for school? Oh, wait, what day is it?
It's Tuesday. So yes, there's school tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, they get up. If I double check a thing. The bus gets here around 7 because they're one of the early ones in the route. So they're usually up at like 6:30-ish and take the time to get dressed.
Okay.
Correction, because I had mentioned that they get home later because of the bus route. They're actually at the end of the route, so they would actually be getting up. They would be getting picked up closer to like 8-ish, 8:20-ish. So yeah, correction, they get up around 7:30.
Okay. Okay.
Milano will just sort of set their phone on the bedside table and just sort of flop onto the bed.
Agreed. And she will climb in, snuggle up, and very quickly pass out from the day's events.
Yeah. Well, the two of you get a
Uh,
night's rest.
But she will be up before him.
Mhm.
Like 6 a.m. And she will very quietly slip out of bed, go over to the bedside table, tap his phone, and then disable the alarm from the home screen. And then head downstairs and begin packing and making lunches for the kids.
The alarm does require the password to properly disable, but out of instinct, you just enter it.
She just sort of like looks at her hand, looks at the phone, shrugs, and then heads downstairs.
Hasn't changed their phone password in 4 years. Though to be fair, I haven't changed my phone password since I got my phone. So
Same. So she'll go downstairs,
I
make
look at the thing
two.
and it tells me. Right. Unlocked.
What?
oh, your phone's got face recognition. Yeah.
Face recognition.
I
Look,
use
the government already
thumb.
has my face, so Apple might as well have it too.
I have a special hatred for Apple.
They're legitimately not any worse than Samsung or Microsoft or anyone else. They're just a different kind of worse.
I didn't say I like Samsung either. Let's be clear. But yes,
Well, yes, but as
Moving
we
along.
discussed, you hate smartphones and period. So
I also hate the business practices of the majority of large corporations. So,
fair. So do I.
but
I
for
like
completely different reasons.
But I like their phones.
So, what is Cassandra packing for the kids?
She will probably do a few pieces of cut up fruit for each of them. Some crackers. She basically charcuterie board, but in lunchbox form. And
Pieces
then
of fruit, pieces of meat,
crackers,
and
cheese, and then we'll include a candy bar and a little note that says "Mommy loves you" in each of the lunch boxes. And then at 7:30, we'll go wake the two of them up.
They're in separate rooms at this point. You wake both of them up. Both of them are bleary eyed, but without skipping a beat, both of them just greet you Morning, Mom, as they sort of groggily get up and sort of stumble their way into getting dressed.
She
It's
will
incredible how quickly children adapt as if nothing ever changed.
she will before moving on to she'll wake Penthesilea up first, and then we'll just
THI first. Penthesilea.
Penthesilea. Sorry. We'll wake Penthesilea up first, and as she's moving to go get her clothing, we'll just pat her on the head and say, "Don't forget to brush your teeth," and then walk over to her brother's room.
You have the recollection that most people who were having trouble with that name call her Penny, and she hates it.
And, she will go over, wake up Modi, and after the two of them have been woken up, we'll go downstairs. She will make each of them a couple slices of toast with some jam.
Is it bad that I know exactly how both of these children are named and B get made fun of?
No.
Because you know that the mocking nickname that Modi gets is Moody, because he is probably a moody child, but also because it's an easy name to make fun of that way.
So she will after they both march downstairs, she will hand both of them a small plate. You got about 10 minutes till the bus comes. Sit and eat your food real quick.
Both of them are half awake, as you might expect from children who just woke up. But they eat their breakfast. Modi seems to wake up over the course of breakfast. Penthesilea is still half asleep by the time she finishes. Modi is already beginning to get more energetic for the start of the day, and is the one that has a spring in their step as they exit the front door to go wait for the bus. Whereas Penthesilea is very much dragging her feet, getting out the door.
Sandra will offer a hand.
She'll take it as you walk her through the street.
All right. And she will lean down and kiss both of them on the forehead before letting them get on the bus.
The bus pulls up, and the bus driver looks at you, seems to do a double take for a second, and then just sort of waves the children to cross the street and get on the bus. And you can already see you get an immediate sense that the single parenthood of these children has been a known factor in their lives, in their social lives for a while, because the children on the bus look surprised to see you. And you guarantee that both of these kids are going to be bombarded with questions the instant they get on that bus.
They're going to have a rough day. I think I know how to fix that, though. And she will wait and watch the bus go, and then go back inside. I just do the general morning stuff, take a shower, brush hair, and then start making breakfast for the two of them, but we'll also begin making a cake.
What kind?
Chocolate.
Fair enough. Modi has more of a sweet tooth than Penthesilea does, but Penthesilea will probably also still enjoy it. After a while, a groggy Bellona staggers their way downstairs and looks at you with the faux anger of someone who has been tricked by their spouse. You
Good morning.
turned my alarm off.
I sure did. Listen, you wake up earlier from every morning. I get one at least.
Too tired to argue.
She will hand her a mug of coffee and point at breakfast. Washing her plate already finished. And on the table opposite of where Bologna's food is sat is every one of the journals that she has in the house, either stacked up or opened just to different spots. She sits down, takes a mug of coffee, and begins thumbing through. So, where are we at with the it's hard to go back to. I don't want to say
investigation for Jackson's fetch.
Yeah, we'll go with that. I was gonna say reality, but that's wrong.
Richard Cole.
That was part. That was,
Oh,
no!
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Well, the middle name
Mom
didn't come out,
voice.
so someone wasn't immediately in danger. But Jack or Bologna just sort of pulls their phone up and sets it on the table and starts flipping through things. That was one of the phone calls I had last night. We're starting to get a picture of the fetch's schedule. It's not concrete enough to really make a plan of attack, but we're getting ideas, and I'll probably need to talk with Jackson about it today so that we can try and organize. Fixer's got me a pretty good schedule, got me the names of all of their guard, got me the name of their company, so on.
You work with some pretty talented people.
They've all got a job to do. Most of us are just known by a call sign that relates to our particular task within the cell. And Fixer is the one who gets all the information and makes all the organizational work.
She will just raise an eyebrow as if to say, "Go on."
I mean, what else did you want to know?
Well, I don't know if everybody's going by a title. What do they call you?
There's this moment of like somberness as they put their coffee down for a second and sort of look you in the eyes. They call me Killer.
That took a turn.
She like legitimately like stumbles going to put her coffee down, not spilling anything, but and we'll just carefully set the mug down. I guess that's that's one way to go about it.
Short, sweet, and to the point. It's what I do.
I'm never gonna ask you to stop unless it's somebody that I have grown to love. In which case,
I would never even begin to do any operations against your motley.
thank you.
Is he also
I've
still bound or
already
not?
I've already made it known that that anyone related to you is off limits. and I am the muscle. They don't get to go back on me because I'm the one who uses the guns.
I suppose that's pretty fair. Plus, I may have thinking back the other day, I might have accidentally made an oopsie. See, much like a traditional contract with like a home deed or a loan, wording is very specific, and the bargain we made the other day.
You said until I leave the building, and I've never actually entered it, so I couldn't have left it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm off limits for hurting changelings until I've been in and out of the commons.
Really hoping that doesn't come to bite me back in the ass. But it does come with the added bonus of, well, being able to see without the glasses.
Nice.
Some of us are very nice. Some of us are very hard to look at.
Your form is beautiful.
Sweetheart, flattery will get you everywhere. But I just we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. She will text the group, what are the plans for today? Bologna has some information for Jackson.
Time is this?
This is at about like 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
I don't
So
know where
Jackson
Jackson's at that point.
Jackson has been up most of the night, making good use of his crafting supplies. Sharpening X-Acto blades. Fashioning all sorts of things to end existence with, if necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And right about that point, was probably getting ready to text anyways. Sees the text and just slides up the messages and hits contact and calls.
That sounds about right. Jackson,
I'm gonna get dressed while you take that phone call. Bologna says as they start to pull their hair back and stand up, having finished their breakfast and coffee, and starts to head upstairs.
Hey Jackson, what's up?
Sandra, can you still walk?
I'm not near a mirror and you can't see me, but I want you to know I am every shade of red and pink that there has ever been made.
Mission accomplished. So
yes,
good.
also.
All right. How is everything?
Good. I put my kids on the bus this morning, and that is the most, out of all of the awkward shit that has happened over the last 4 days, that is the most bizarre sentence that has ever come out of my mouth. But Everything's good here.
Delightful.
So the real reason you called, Bologna has been in contact with a couple of her boys, and they're trying to work out a schedule for your doppelganger. And
By which I take to mean they do not have a schedule as of yet.
from what I can tell, they're gonna have to narrow it down. The way Bologna made it talk is they don't really fit a full schedule, so they don't stick to anything. But
Do you have any idea how long this might take?
I'm confident it won't take too long. But she's the one with all the details. We can meet up if you'd like, or I can bring her there.
I mean, that would be nice. We have had. Darwin, I want to preface this by saying that I have no amount of mistrust toward your part, but there is no way in hell they are entering my home.
Touche.
It is nothing personal. It is not about them. It is about who might be who might find out information from them purposefully or not. We will happily
I
meet you somewhere else.
I completely understand.
Yeah, I think they are a wonderful person from what I have seen, but I've ended up on the wrong side of too many wonderful people in my life. So we can find a good place to meet. And we found some information about Frisian. Frisian is doing fine, by the way.
Good.
Pain, soreness, everything you would expect from being stabbed, but that's
And how's his mental state?
well, we will find out once whatever mind fuck Frank put on him wears off. At the moment, they're chill.
Well,
But
I mean,
we'll find out what his name was. Don't know which one he's gonna decide to continue with. I haven't even broached that topic. Found out his name, found out where he was in the war. It was very, very horrible.
I kind of gathered that from yesterday's.
As did I. Um, there's a distinct possibility that I may not need to buy a new hair dryer. We will find out. That sorry, that was a little bit of a that was a narrative jump there. Lisa took a shower.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, the motor might be out in that thing.
And I might, yes, I have most of my hair dryers are fairly low. I had to provide the good one, so we will see how that goes. Um, but yes, other than that, we are all fine here. We just need to figure out what is next for everyone.
Well, the one thing I do know is that um, just because I have a little bit of stability here doesn't mean I'm done helping any of you. We made pledge, and even outside of that, y'all are my family, and I can't just walk away from that.
I knew there was a reason I asked you. So, no, I understand. I don't know. I haven't even left this room in probably 6 hours at this point. I should go see if Frank has burned, or Frank or Lisa or whichever has burned anything down. Lisa made
Jack,
promises. I am not certain that Frank is bound to those promises, and yet Frank is the more rational one from what I can tell, but also has his own issues. So I don't know. And also, Christian had apparently had memory backflashes of fire. So I could walk outside this door and find out this room is the only standing structure left of my home.
Jackson, I'm gonna ask you a question. I really don't want you to get upset with me.
Oh, that's a good way to start.
When was the last time you slept?
I don't see how that is relevant to this current situation.
Oh, all right. I guess it's my turn to do this to you. We cannot operate with you at 100% continuously for days on end. You will hit a window, or you will hit a window of exhaustion, and you will just hit the fucking floor.
I'm aware. I slept. I did not sleep last night. I slept the night before, if you will remember.
I just don't want you getting hurt.
I appreciate that most sincerely. But bitch, I also need you to remember that I grew up in a particular scene, and while I am no longer while that scene has long since passed me by, I still remember how it works. I will be perfectly fine. I know my body will know well ish. I don't know what to do. Well, fucking changing's in the real world. I don't know what change that results. But I would imagine it doesn't make me more susceptible to not sleeping. I will be perfectly fine. And yes, I will get sleep tomorrow night or tonight. One of the two. We will find out.
I appreciate the attempt.
You'll be fine. I will not be driving for obvious reasons. Two obvious reasons. One of which you have been informed of.
The other reason is
I need to go to the liquor store. I am out.
oh, Jackson. I can't.
Listen,
I
I have
can't
been
say
sitting here-
much.
I've been sitting here in my workroom, and it turns out I don't really have anything on my mind to create because my mind is too busy full of thoughts of things that I am going to do to the thing that looks like me. So I've been sitting here listening to this Spotify thing to catch myself up the current music of the day. I actually kind of like it.
Good.
But
Good.
I've had nothing else to do but that and drink. Mostly because I did not, apparently, when I got snatched away, I did not think to store any drugs here.
That's a tough one. Though I don't like saying this, but I'm sure I could ask my spouse.
No, I am fine. I can do that is celebratory kind of situation, and I will not feel like celebrating until I have about 72 hours in a room with me.
You know what? I'm going to leave the door wide open on
Get
that
your
one and
mind
just
out
walk
of the
by.
gutter. I'm simply talking about torturing to death.
No kink shaming here.
I wasn't ready for that one.
Sorry. Not sorry.
My understanding is that it is made out of bits and bobs and lint and whatever is found out nearby. And if I'm gonna be fucking trash, I at least want to know its name first.
Oh,
You know this one's name is the same as yours.
Nope, it is not its name. Not in Jackson's mind. It doesn't get a name. Same way Jackson doesn't name his sewing machine.
What?
You don't name your sewing machine.
Jackson doesn't.
you know, I suppose that's fair. So how about we meet up about an hour from now? Fuck, where can we meet up?
We really need to start like renting a room that we can just meet for. We can do for these meetups because we can only have so many of these conversations in diners before somebody overhears something that we don't want them to.
You hear a few clicks from the other side, like
That's when you just have the meetings at Waffle House where they're too dead inside.
You
to
just
care.
rented a place, didn't you?
I mean, the hotel room.
It's okay.
It's only for today.
You have many positive traits, dear. One of the which is you're fucking filthy rich. So,
And if I can get my head on straight enough, I might be even more as soon as I can figure out how to put this book together.
sorry, book.
Right. The reason I have any form of cash right now is because I'm an author.
Right. Did I know that? I don't know that I knew that.
I mentioned it in passing, but it's not really that.
All right.
Like
fair
I've
enough.
written a few small things, but I think if I can get this book off, I might be able to.
Wait a minute. So, you're an author.
Yeah.
You're at a bookstore.
hmm
I don't know. I just found that. I don't know. I don't have any further statement on it. I just thought that was interesting.
Joe probably knew my name before I did, but probably never recognized me because I didn't do the stupid book jacket thing. I never really liked my picture being taken before, but it's fine. But yeah, I've written a few books of poetry, a few nonfiction works on mythology, and you know, creative writing courses and something like that. I have about. She starts counting 6 projects apparently on the back burner. At least left over from when I was on this side last. I'm gonna have to go through all of them and see if any of them just need tossed or are irrelevant at this point. But I'm banking on one of them.
Part of it is you're still making money off of all of your old works,
Mhm.
which is why your bank account keeps going up instead of down.
And,
Yep. When you vanish, people start. You become a story, and people start to find that interesting.
and when the supposed dead author starts publishing again,
Then it gets even more interesting.
but she will list off the name of a hotel and she's purchased a room for.
All right.
I'll meet you guys there in about an hour.
So now, I will see if I can get them up then that quickly. But yeah, we'll make it work.
Go herd the cats. Damn it!
I hate everything about the fact that you said that way.
I am angry with myself.
All right. Well, you get ready. You've got it now. It's enough time for a quickie. I will talk to you. I will see you there. And I will
See
hang
you
up.
there. Click.
And I walk out into the front room. See if anybody's awake.
It's been 12 hours, right?
Yes, it's been more than 12 hours, so your frightened condition has gone away.
Frank is probably in the kitchen, leaning up against the counter.
You've got about 5 hours left before Frisian's condition also goes away.
Frisian is probably awake by this point,
Yeah, is it
having slept 8 hours and then through the night.
James and Joe are probably, or Joe at least is having a cup of coffee and sitting on the sofa.
Whatever you're saying, Jeremy, is not coming through your mic.
Weird.
There you
Hello?
go. That's better.
Well, this is disappointing. I was planning to going to the kitchen, grabbing a couple of pots and clanging them together as loud as I could till everybody was up.
Sorry,
Sorry to disappoint.
sorry to ruin your fun.
I was going to start cooking, but I figured I'd wait till, person who owned the house said what was okay to prep up and what wasn't.
I mean, if you
This
need to
is-
set something on fire, I mean,
Then nothing inside the house, please.
I mean, you got gas or electric.
I don't know how to respond to that, so I'm just gonna pretend you didn't say it. So I've spoken with Cassandra. We are getting together in about an hour, about X amount minutes away. So we have 30 minus X minutes to get together and get in the car, and Joe, you're driving, or James, you're driving.
Based on where the hotel would be and where you're at distance wise, it's probably on the Pigeon Forge main road, so you're about 15-20 minutes out.
You got 40 minutes. One of you two is driving because I am using every bit of my current attention and mental willpower and capabilities to walk in a straight line at this moment.
Need a drink?
what the? I think
I'm
too many
out
is the problem.
I am out of the alcohol.
Well, I suppose after this meeting, we can remedy that problem. Did you sleep?
Joe's just going to interrupt. No.
I don't see how that is important to this situation.
Oh my god.
Right. I think you need some sleep.
I do not need sleep.
Oh my god. You fucking mother hen all of us, and then you don't fucking sleep and stay up drinking all
Oh my god,
Look.
bitch. All right, listen.
No.
No, you
I
fucking
think
listen.
she's right. I think she's right. Now, out of respect, I'm not going to make you sleep. Because I can.
What does respect have to fucking do with anything?
I figured he didn't want me going inside his brain and making him fall asleep.
Oh yeah, I forgot you could do that. Yeah, don't do that.
That's what I was saying.
You do that, you better get yourself a head start with the amount of time that I'm going to be asleep. Because when I wake up, I am going to go fucking rabbit hunting.
I'm not a rabbit.
I'm gonna look
I
at.
don't give a shit.
I'm gonna
I
look
am going to pretend you are.
I'm gonna look at Frank. I'm like, do not nitpick this argument.
We don't poke the bear.
Not a berry.
We are. You don't add to it.
Look,
Got it.
am I making pancakes or not?
40 minutes. Probably have time for that.
All right. I'm going to
but-
start making pancakes over here. You can think about your own problems.
Absolutely, that is fair. Joe,
Uh-huh.
when I was a bit younger, I
You
could go nearly a week if I had enough medication.
drugs.
What I
Uh,
said.
all right, I said I was going to stay out of this, but I don't know what in your anatomy goes on. But if you want to make it in a conscious manner, any significant amount of distance into the future, you may want to tone that down.
Frank, please make the pancakes and shut up.
I'm curious who you're talking to and what you're talking about toning down right now.
Okay, no, remember, Jackson, Marlena, you're angry at me. That's another tornado. We're not dealing with that.
As Joe tries to tank the aggro.
You can be angry at me. That's fine. Doesn't bother me.
Shit.
I think I know the medication you're talking about.
With all
We've used that.
You don't help either.
If you have, but that's not the point. Listen, I am not saying that I am using it right now. What I am saying, because I'm not, because I don't have any. But what I am saying, I'm at least 36% joking. What I am saying is I used to have an extreme ability to function without sleep. I can go a single fucking day with some drinking, and I've already promised Cassandra that I will sleep tonight. Because there's no reason for me not to sleep tonight, because we're not apparently going out and murdering my fetch tonight, because we don't have the full schedule yet.
Oh, did Cassandra get on your ass too about not sleeping?
Sandra asked, I gave an answer. She accepted that answer.
Did bullshit.
No. That is what happened. Were there more words than that? Yes, but that is what happened. Which puts her as about here. Well, you are about here right now.
Look at this
She's
face.
not accepted the answer.
Do I care?
This is what we call negative reinforcement, and suggest if I were a less responsible individual.
You guys want any fruit in your pancakes?
No.
Look, I figured I'd make a comment that's actually going to get a response and maybe a productive one instead of going back and forth.
If you can put bacon in mine, I appreciate it.
I cannot believe I'm going to say this, but I think I like Lisa better.
James, just if you can put some bacon in mine, I'd appreciate it.
In the pancake?
If you can. Bacon
Sure, why
pancakes
not?
sound great right now.
They'd be even better if I had some whiskey, but we'll make do.
Whiskey and bacon and you know what? That's a whole nother.
Yes.
Don't
But
quit.
that's not the point. Joe,
You mean the whiskey doesn't
Joe.
have to be in the pancakes.
I need to point out here. that
Yes,
is also
please
true.
get to your point.
In fairness, we're not that far away from a distillery. Like somebody could just take a drive there.
The point you were making.
The point I am making is that I respect you and trust you enough to inform you of this fact because I understand my own limitations and know that I should not be driving right now, even though my last drink was probably about 2.5 hours ago and I am fairly sober at this point.
No, I
Fairly.
appreciate you taking that responsibility. I appreciate you being aware of the fact that you're unable to drive. I do not mind driving.
Wonderful.
I
And why are
also
we yelling at each other?
because you won't fucking sleep
One fucking
and you
night.
fucking mother hen
Okay.
everybody to death. Like you rip earbuds out of my fucking ears and you you call out my with a
Yes, that was if you were not dealing with your emotional problems. That is a little bit different than I
you not
didn't
dealing
have,
with a lack of sleep.
then I yes, that is a physiological issue, which is just something that has to be dealt with. Because I could not sleep last night for a number of reasons. Admittedly, most of them emotional and mental. So I dealt with it how I deal with it.
Doesn't make it healthy.
I was acknowledging.
God,
Frank, shut up. I was acknowledging my issues, and I was dealing with it in my own way.
look, I'm
You were
yelling.
not acknowledging your issues. That's why I yanked earbuds out of your ears.
Yes, I know I have issues. I know I have a persecution complex. I know I have, you can go from A to Z and have a condition. I've probably got it. Okay?
I didn't say any of that.
I am
I
saying
simply
it.
did it at the time.
I am
because
saying it.
you
But
were
what
trying
I,
you were trying to hide in a frankly rather middling 90s pop song than
you know what?
deal with the issues.
We are not going into the music genre right now.
No, we aren't, because I would destroy you. But that's not.
That's a
the
matter
point.
of opinion.
Ladies,
That is a
ladies, you're both
matter of-
pretty, comes James's voice.
That
Oh,
is
we
a
lost
matter
Julia.
of fucking fact. Yes,
You
we did.
stay out of this. I love you. Stay the fuck out of it. I can't. Now you.
This building's gonna burn down, and it's not gonna be my fire breath that does it in a minute.
What I am trying to tell you, bitch,
Yes, what are you trying to tell me?
is that I fucking love you and I fucking care about you and you fucking mother hen everybody else. Yet when I
Uh-huh.
try to do whatever the daughter equivalent is of that, like you fucking steamroll me. And I'm yelling this loud
So
because
you're
I'm
gonna
trying
have
to
to
tell
give
you
me
I
a moment.
fucking
I'm
care
trying to
about
put
you.
people in positions. No, I understand, and I appreciate your concern. I truly do.
You have a fucking funny way of showing it.
Sorry, I'm trying to find out. Okay, I need to move. No, I absolutely appreciate. I also understand the reason. I also understand what my limitations are, and I will respect my own limitations and inform you of my level of impairment, both on a lack of sleep level and on a intoxicational level.
Duly
Is
noted.
intoxicational a word?
It is now.
Wonderful. I'm glad we agree.
All words are made up. What's another one?
Not the point. Anyway, I have forgotten what we are arguing about.
She
That
won't
just
let me
shows how
love
that just shows how off you are.
Could we all please forget what you guys are arguing about? It's going nowhere. And I got the first stack of pancakes ready.
Just to stare like a.
I'm gonna take a pancake off the top of the stack. It just frisbee it at your fucking face.
I would like to try and catch this.
No, not your face, the Frank's face for being
Oh,
fucking
For pointing out that you two are arguing and not getting anywhere? Absolutely.
yes. I would slap you with a fucking pancake.
Frank offers literally zero response to being slapped with a pancake.
I don't care.
Fantastic.
Did me good.
Congratulations, that was literally Frank's job.
all right. So we will declare this. Ultimately, we understand where each other is coming from. Fair.
Yes.
We'll move past this. right?
Yes. Yes.
And we will acknowledge that you are wrong in your musical choices. All right,
No.
let's eat.
No. No. James, fucking hold me back, James. Fucking hold me back.
It's not even a top 50 song of that year.
I don't give a shit.
James just puts a giant scaled arm around the front of your torso and just pulls you into a hug from
It's
behind.
not even a top 500 song of that year. It's a fucking Batman soundtrack song.
As James does, however, look over at Jackson, and it was a song that played at our wedding, so I'd appreciate if you'd shut the fuck up about it.
And I understand your sentimentality regarding, and I appreciate the emotional connection.
So shut the fuck up about it.
Those are the nicest things I will say about that song. All right, let's eat.
James will guide Joe over to a seat to get some food.
You were so fucking lucky. I'm not the one that can fucking breathe fire.
Can't breathe fire, but you can certainly shoot some out of your eyes.
If only.
Meanwhile, while all of you are getting breakfast, shortly after the phone call ends, Bellona comes downstairs. She's in full makeup, chest is on, and they're currently dressed in what looks like a band t-shirt, sort of like slightly risen up above the midriff exposed, with torn black jeans, very like casual grunge at the moment, with pair of like metal studded bracelets on each hand. Hair is, again, she's putting the final tie into the ponytail at the end of her hair as she's stepping downstairs. Lipstick is on. It's black as usual, the only lipstick color that she ever wears. She looks at you as she walks downstairs. It's been a long time since I slept that good. You're not coming to the mic either, Julia, right now.
That's because I'm muted. She will say good, and then we'll look down at the night dress that she's still in, realizing that that's what she took the kids out in. I'm gonna go put something on and deal with the embarrassment of realizing what I've done this morning.
Relax, it looks fine.
What did I say about flattery?
Why do you think I keep doing it?
Playing a dangerous game there, Tia Scott.
Yeah, well, I like to live dangerously, as you might be able to tell.
She will head upstairs, grab another just very understated, just casual sundress, probably soft pink, and throw on a few bangles, large hooped earrings. And we'll
I appreciate the juxtaposition of femininity between the two of you, because you've got the sundresses and very bright colors and big earrings, and then the absolutely like garage band grunge.
Oh yeah. And she'll look through her purses, realize she has a phone and nothing else, and then just head back downstairs. All right, we are going to actually be meeting the Motley at I booked a hotel room. Jackson mentioned it probably was not doing us any favors to continue to have these clandestine meetings in Waffle Houses. So,
I mean, fair point.
I mean, if you're okay with it, I'm honestly just considering buying a smaller place, just like a.
Hey,
Um,
ironically, despite the fact that being a like Black Ops monster hunter pays very well, you still make more money than I do. So do with it what you want.
we will have to sit down and discuss finances at some point. God, I'm sounding so fucking normal.
Cherish it while it lasts. Normal's very rare for us.
It was that way before, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Uh,
And that was before both of us got very interesting lives.
yeah. Continue to lead a very interesting life. All right. Let's go ahead and head out. Hopefully you have at least some good news for Jackson, because
Oh yeah,
he was
I've got some info. It's just we need to figure out narrowing it down so it can become actionable. And honestly, they'll probably be a better help at doing that than, you know.
you trying to go and operate blind. Got it. Fair enough. He's also not slept last night and admitted that there's no more alcohol in the house because he has drank it all.
I've had those
Um,
nights before. That's not usually a good way to operate.
I fucking
Jackson, as much as I love him, is a grown ass man, and I will not be able to tell him what to do. Listen, if I say it out loud, maybe it'll sink in with me. I don't think it will, but at least that's what the doctors have told me beforehand. She sort of blinks a few times and shakes her head.
Still getting those memories coming and going.
Listen, I love that bits and pieces of filling in the gaps, but like I really, really wish it would stop doing that. Okay,
Honestly,
so
I can't tell you what to do, but embrace them when they show up. They're just pieces of you.
not wrong. I actually considered for a brief moment going into the hedge for there's a thing changelings have called an icon. That's memories that have been scraped away from us in the hedge in physical form. And I can either go hunting in the hedge or I can go to a goblin market, and the latter actually sounds a lot scarier than the former, considering.
It's certainly not safe. Been to a goblin market once or twice. If you need me to go with you, I'll be happy to.
On a different day.
Hmm.
But now
that
let's.
is the kind of thing that takes some preparation to be ready for, anyway.
That's what Chelsea said.
I mean, even I'm not a changeling, and so even being in the hedge is a trip for me. I have to prepare for that.
That makes a lot of sense.
Like have antipsychotics on hand ready for that.
Maybe we should, like, I know you really want to help, and I do appreciate it, but maybe for your well-being, you shouldn't continue to interact in the hedge.
I didn't appreciate it the couple of times that I was there, but legitimately taking a couple of pills helps a lot.
I've learned over the years when it's best to just let you do your thing.
Listen, I'm not saying that I want to do it, but I do want to help. And I tend to operate pills free most of the time, so that I'm not going to build any kind of tolerance or any kind of reliance on them.
Okay.
I mean, you may not remember it, but I tend to resist even taking painkillers when I'm just feeling bad.
Oh, I remember. I remember a lot. Okay, let's get this meeting underway.
All right. Let's get going. And as the group prepares to meet back up, the camera, just for a moment, pans out to a different scene as we look at a significantly older individual bearing a marked similarity to Jackson Montgomery, looking at a computer screen with a video recording that has been taken of a brawl just outside of a Golden Corral. Just to his eyes, it mostly seems to be a bunch of random individuals getting into a fight. Some of them have knives. But the individual that drives the truck that rushes in onto the scene seems like the most interest to them as they lock eyes with what seems to be a younger version of themselves. And as they look at that, they utter to no one who seems to be in the room, "I always knew that you'd be back, and it'll be hell frozen over before I let you take anything back from me." That's where we're going to end for the week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.